It's 3 a.m. The house is silent. You're staring at the ceiling, wide awake, and already annoyed because tomorrow is ruined and your body is obviously broken. Except it isn't. That 3 a.m. wakefulness you're cursing might be one of the oldest, most important survival features your species ever evolved, and almost everything you've been told about a good night's sleep would have sounded insane to every human who ever lived before you. For more than 300,000 years, not a single human being slept the way you're trying to sleep right now. No 8 unbroken hours, no dark, silent, climate-controlled bedroom, no alarm clock. The very idea that you should fall asleep once, stay down all night, and wake only at dawn is a recent invention. And the real story of how ancient humans handled the night is stranger and far more comforting than any sleeping pill commercial will ever tell you. Because for almost all of human history, waking up in the middle of the night wasn't a problem to fix. It was the plan. The answer is hidden in 3 places: a forgotten way of sleeping, a guard who was always awake in the dark, and a secret state of mind that almost no modern human has ever felt. Let's start with the sleep itself. In 2001, the historian Roger E. Kirch published research that quietly rewrote sleep science. He had spent 16 years digging through old documents, diaries, court records, medical books, even prayer manuals, and he kept finding references to the same strange thing: first sleep and second sleep. More than 500 of them, scattered across centuries and languages. Before artificial light, people didn't sleep in one block. They went down a couple of hours after dark, slept for about 4 hours, and then woke up on purpose. They stayed awake for 1 to 2 hours in the dead of night. Then they went back down for a second sleep until dawn. This wasn't insomnia. This was every human on Earth for thousands of years, and that quiet window in the middle had a name. They called it the watch. But here's the part that should change how you see your own broken nights. In 2017, the anthropologist David Sampson published a study in the Proceedings of the Royal Society. His team had tracked the sleep of the Hadza, hunter-gatherers in Tanzania who still sleep outdoors, in groups, much the way our ancestors did, for 20 days. What they found was astonishing. Across a camp of more than 30 people, over those 20 days, there were only about 18 minutes, total, when every single person was asleep at the same time. 18 minutes. The rest of the time, someone was always stirring. The older adults went to bed early and woke before dawn. The younger ones stayed up late and slept in. Nobody organized it. Their bodies were simply staggered, so the group was almost never fully unconscious, almost never undefended in the dark. Scientists call it the sentinel hypothesis: light, scattered, restless sleep that kept the whole group guarded through the night, with no one ever assigned to the job. Which means your 3 a.m. wakefulness might not be a malfunction at all. It might be a 200,000-year-old security system, a watchman built into your DNA, still scanning the dark for a predator that hasn't existed for 10,000 years. And it makes brutal sense. For almost all of human history, the dark was not peaceful. It was lethal. Leopards, hyenas, rival bands of humans, all of them hunted by night, and our eyes are nearly useless in the dark compared to theirs. A camp where everyone slept deeply at the same moment was a camp that could be wiped out before dawn. So evolution did something elegant. It simply never let the whole group switch off at once. Your restless night is the ghost of that old defense, a body still standing guard over a fire that went out 10,000 years ago. So what did they do in that wakeful window? The watch. Almost everything. A 16th century French doctor actually advised couples to conceive their children then, because, he claimed, they would do it better after a first sleep. People prayed. They slipped next door to talk to neighbors. They interpreted their dreams while the dreams were still fresh, and many simply lay there in the dark and thought. But the strangest discovery came out of a laboratory. In 1992, the psychiatrist Thomas Wehr at the National Institute of Mental Health took a group of volunteers and stripped all artificial light from their lives. 14 hours of darkness every night, the way it would have been before fire stretched the evening. Within a few weeks, every single one of them drifted into the ancient pattern: 4 hours of sleep, a window of wakefulness, then four more. Nobody told them to, and when Ver measured their hormones during that wakeful window, he found something remarkable. Their brains were flooded with prolactin, the same calm hormone your body releases during meditation and right after orgasm. They described the feeling as peaceful, reflective, almost meditative. It wasn't a gap in their sleep, it was a distinct state of consciousness, one that most people alive today have never felt even once. So where did it all go? One word: light. When street lamps, then gas, then Thomas Edison's electric bulb in 1879 flooded the night, the darkness that had shaped us for 300,000 years vanished in barely a generation. And the effect on your body is physical and measurable and happening right now. The blue light pouring out of your phone at 11 p.m. hits your retina, and your brain reads it as daylight. It delays the release of melatonin, the hormone that tells you it's night. It fuses your two ancient sleeps into one anxious block, and then fragments even that. In 2013, a team led by Kenneth Wright sent people camping for a week with no artificial light at all, and their melatonin cycles reset by roughly 2 hours, snapping back towards sunset and sunrise. That's how shallow the modern habit really is. The old program is still right there, just under the surface, waiting. And we have living proof that the modern nightmare of insomnia isn't natural at all. In 2015, the sleep scientist Jerome Siegel studied 3 of the last hunter-gatherer groups on Earth: the Hadza in Tanzania, the San in Namibia, and the Tsimane in Bolivia. People with no electricity, no screens, no clocks. And what he found was almost an insult to the modern world. They slept, on average, a little under 7 hours, less than many of us insist we need. They fell asleep faster than we do. They almost never woke in distress, and in their languages, there was often no word for insomnia at all. You cannot fear a disorder you don't even have a name for. So what if insomnia isn't a disorder? What if lying awake at 3 a.m., calm in the dark, is the single most natural thing your body knows how to do, and the only broken thing in the entire room is the glowing phone in your hand telling you that something is wrong with you? So the next time it's 3 a.m. and you're wide awake, don't reach for the phone. Lie still. Let the dark stay dark. Somewhere inside you there's a watchman, 10,000 generations old, doing exactly what he was built to do, keeping the fire, guarding the night, waiting for the second sleep. You're not broken. You're remembering. And hey, I see you there, still awake with me. If there's a question that's been quietly keeping you up at night, leave it in the comments. We read them, and the best ones become our next discovery. Because the same ancient dark that hid a watchman also hid something warmer. 2 people leaning close by a dying fire, feeling something they didn't yet have a word for. How did ancient humans fall in love? That's the next one.